Spectators love tricks with dollar bills and pennies. So today, because of that fact, I thought that I'd show you guys a trick that involves a borrowed dollar bill and a borrowed penny. So you turn to a spectator and you ask them if they happen to have a dollar on them, because you're gonna do a little bit of a bet with them. If they catch you and if they beat you in this game of chance, then you'll show them an amazing trick. If they can't, then you're not gonna show them a trick, because who are they? Who are they really to force you to show them magic tricks? So you have the spectator take out a dollar, and then another spectator take out a penny, or you can have the same spectator take out both a dollar and a penny. And if they happen to be rich like that, you know, all that dough. So you tell them to put the penny inside of the dollar bill and to ball it up and to put it into a little ball, just like when they were younger and they used to play around with Play-Doh. So they do this. They put it, and you tell them, oh, see, what's gonna happen is that you're gonna put this little packet in one of your hands behind your back, and I'm gonna try to figure it out which hand you put it in. Then I'm gonna do it, and then you're gonna do it, and whoever has the most, whoever's correct the most, wins. So if you win, I'll show you a trick. If I win, you have to do something for me. So then they agree because they have no choice, and they go ahead and put it in one of their hands. They put it in one of their hands here, and you tell the spectator, oh, that's cool. How about you put it in this hand? Of course, you could be wrong or you could be right, but either way, they show you the results, and you say, oh, that's crazy. See, now I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put this behind my back, and I want you to tell me which hand it's in. So if the spectator says this hand, you go, ha, got you, bitch. See, that's what you get for not paying attention. See, it's hard, right? It's hard. So then you tell them to do it one more time, and this will be the tiebreaker per se. So they put it behind their back. They put it in one of their hands. They come out, and then you guess this hand right here, and it just so happens to have the dollar bill in it. And you go, oh, that's crazy. See, even though I beat the little game here, I'm nice. So I'll show you a cool trick. How's that? Are you? Yeah. You want to see a cool trick? Well, what do you know what this is? It's a lighter. Yeah, it's magic. You see, because the flint strikes the little it's a wheel there, and it creates fire, which is a miracle that we take for granted because we have iPhones with text messages, and we don't understand that this right here, it's a miracle by any sort of standard. So you say, oh, that's not the trick. See, I'm going to show you the trick. You know this little bar gag where you put the gas inside of your hand and then you light it and it creates a little bit of a fireball? It makes you a little bit of a pyro, if you know what I mean. So you actually have the ability to manipulate fire. Oh, you don't believe me? See, I'll show you. Look, I'll take this in my hand and I'll put a little bit of gas in my hand here. Just a little bit of gas. And you see, not only did I char the remaining hairs on the back of my hand, but I think I actually managed to do something. See, through that, I'm able to determine not only that the date, let's see, of the penny is 2013. I think I'm picking that up through the fire. It went through the fire and into my head. But also, I think something interesting happened to the dollar bill. So they go, what? So they unravel this and they see that the dollar bill that they've been holding pretty much this entire time has 2013 etched in it, almost burnt with the char marks, as if it was created by some sort of satanic force. And when they look at the penny, it just so happens that the penny is from 2013. Yeah, look at that. Focus right there. Look at that macro shot, 2013. So that's, they could keep it or not, because depending on their religious preferences, they might find the use of fire to manifest text to be offensive. But either way, it creates a huge impact on the spectator. And that's the trick. Oh, you want to know how it's done? Okay, so simple enough. All you need is a dollar bill. You need a dollar and you need a penny. And a penny, obviously, you note whatever date it is. In this case, this penny is from 2013, and you need one of these. You need one of these. This is a marker, a little bit of a, Crayola that's based in oil. Now, I found that these oil-based crayons are sort of the ones that look the most like ash or the most like fire. Now, the original method that I had for this was that I would create a template that I would cut out on a little business card. And I'd cut out the little business card, and then I put it on top of it like a stencil. Then I'd get a lighter and then use the smoke to draw out pretty much use the stencil to have the smoke create the date. I realized, wow, that takes a lot of time and effort, and I was burning myself. So this is a more effective way. So what you got to do is that you just got to draw whatever date on the dollar, and then get a lighter, put a little bit of that smoke, a little bit of that free smoke on the dollar, and that creates kind of this illusion that it's almost charred inside of the dollar. So that's kind of a crazy thing. You could find these anywhere in any sort of office supply store. If you happen to live in a third world country, you could go away with a black crayon almost. You could use that. I just like the way these oil-based crayons look. So really it's up to you and whatever you have in your vicinity. So you get this penny, you put it inside of the dollar, and then this goes inside of your back pocket, ready to be snuck into your right hand. This lighter goes inside of your right front pocket, and you're ready to blow some loads. Blow some loads. So this is great because everything's borrowed supposedly, and the way it's structured, first they have the coin, they have the little setup in their hands, and you have to determine which hand it is. Then you have it in your hands, you're going to do the switch, spoiler, and then they have it in their hands again. So it ends off with them having this crumbled situation in their hands, and that's when you do the trick with the lighter and all that fun stuff. So it ends up being to the spectator that they don't really remember that you had it in your hands. They remember that they pretty much put it in their hand, they played the little stupid game with you, and then you did this amazing, wondrous side trick with their borrowed objects. So there's a lot of good stuff to this trick. So they get a penny, they get a dollar, you tell them to put it inside and crumble it up. Now again, you don't need to stress this out and then not have them see the date or be worried that they're gonna see the date or maybe notice something. They're not gonna do that. And you're crumbling it up. So even if they happen to have a dollar that doesn't match the dollar that you have in your pocket, usually this whole crumbled situation kind of makes whatever dollar match. So that kind of has both those two things working for you. Look at this PigCake ingenuity here. So you tell them to take it and put it in whatever hand they want, put their hands behind their back and come out with their fists like this, and that you're gonna take a shot and kind of guess which hand is it in. So you could be wrong or you could be right. Here it doesn't matter. So if you're right, you milk it. You say, wow, see, that's my psychic intuition here. I'll tell you what, I'll give you an option. I'll give you the same option. So what's going to happen is that while they're doing this and while you're gesticulating that they're going to put their hands behind their back, you are reaching into your right pocket and bringing this out in your fist. You don't need to palm it. You could just literally just hold it in your fist as you gesticulate to the spectator that they're to bring their hands out like this, and you're going to guess which hand it is. So once that happens, you grab this into your left hand, put both your hands behind your back, pretend to be shuffling around the dollar. Really, what you're doing is that you're ditching the one that they gave you in your back pocket as you bring out your hands like this with the switched in dollar with the penny and the charred ashes inside of it. So that's a cool thing I've seen before in a Marc Spellmann trick where he switches out, I believe, for a dollar bill and a serial number divination, if that's a word. I've seen that before in that sense, but I think in the context of switching it out for something like this, it works really, really well. So once again, remember, this is in your right hand. This is the one that you get from them, which is the one that they borrowed initially. This goes in your left hand. You put both your hands behind your back. You pretend to be shuffling around between the hands. This is what they think you should be doing behind your back. They kind of cover the noise. But really, you're putting the one in your left hand in your back pocket, and you're bringing out your hands like this with this in your right hand. So again, they could be right or wrong. It really doesn't matter. If they're right, you go, oh, you must have seen me. I saw you. You were looking exactly and seeing what I did. You sneaky person. I'm onto you. If they're wrong, you go, ha, in your face. You can't even guess right, huh? What are you, stupid? Wait, you don't have basic guessing abilities? You'd suck at gambling. I bet your mom gambled by having you, or whatever powder you really want to the spectators to bring them in. So either way, you're covered. You tell them to do it one more time, put it in their hands. You're going to give them one more shot. So they put it in their hands. They bring out their hands. You guess. If you're right, you're right. If you're wrong, you're wrong. But right now, the point is that you've switched in this crazy looking ashed dollar bill. What you do is that you go, regardless of whether or not you win or you lose, you tell them, oh, I'll tell you what, I'll show you something cool with that. Let me just take that. And you're very fair at this point because your hands are empty. So you reach into your pocket, you take out the lighter, and you go, you see what this is? This is the magic of fire. Fire is crazy because fire is created. You go into the whole spiel on how fire is created, and fire is a miracle, and it provides evidence that there is in fact a deity or a God that surrounds us all. You know, whatever powder you want, it really is up to you and your current situation. But you inform them that there's this fun party gag where you put your hand in a fist, you put gas in it, and then you light the gas and it makes a fireball. Now you could do this if you want. You don't have to for the purpose of this trick, but it is kind of a cool little thing where you put the gas in your fist. Again, I don't take responsibility for any charring or any permanent damage you have as a result of trying this, you fucking moron. So you put gas in your hand, then you light the gas and it creates a little bit of a fireball. So you're going to do that again, this time with the dollar bill in your hand. Now, if you don't want to do it, you could just fake it. You don't put any gas in your hand. You just flick the wheel inside of your fist, pretend like something happened, drop the dollar bill and say, look, it happened. Now, again, you could play around with this idea of either revealing the date if you want. You don't have to reveal the date of the dollar or of the penny. You could go, oh, see, the burn lets me have a psychic intuition that the penny is from 2013. You could do that. If you want, you can just go, oh, it happened. Open it up and let them realize what's happened, which is even more stronger. If that's a word. So that's so they open up the dollar bill, however you want to present it, and they see that the date of the penny that they put themselves inside of the dollar bill is charred into the fibers of the dollar. And it's really if you use the oil-based crayon and let it dry, it really does look like some sort of ash, some sort of satanic ritual here. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that amazing trick. I'm gonna go contemplate the existence of tuna sandwiches and anal beads. You again, when I see 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 you again.